All right, let's talk. There's something going on that we need to unpack, and the more we ignore it, the more it festers. The Trump Epstein connection is not just some fringe theory. It's real, it's documented, and it's being ignored by the people who should be screaming the loudest. We've got new updates on Ghislaine Maxwell, and we're going to get into that. But first, let's not get distracted by the noise. Everyone's pointing fingers at people like Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Cash Patel, and sure, there's a conversation to be had there, but the person who was in charge, the one who had the power to stop this, to release the files, to be transparent, was Donald Trump. And instead of doing that, he orchestrated a full-scale cover-up. Top down. That's not me speculating. That's what the behavior shows. And Pam Bondi literally admitted she had the list. She said it. She had it on her desk. So why didn't we see it? Because, and this is becoming clearer, Trump wasn't trying to protect the public from some kind of mass hysteria. He was trying to protect himself. And now, with Ghislaine Maxwell signaling that she's willing to testify before Congress, it's all starting to make sense. Before we dig deeper, I want you to hear this audio clip. It's Epstein talking about the Trump administration. This is from 2017.
I think we have a snippet from one of the conversations that I recorded with Epstein, and I think this was in a restaurant in 2017.
His people fight each other.
Right.
And then have outsiders. He sort of poisons the well outside. He will tell 10 people Bannon's a scumbag, and Priest is not doing a good job, and Kelly has a big mouth. And what do you think? Jamie Dimon says that you're a problem, and I shouldn't keep you. And I spoke to Carl Icahn, and Carl thinks I need a new spokesperson. So Kelly, even though I hired Kellyanne's husband, Kellyanne's just too much of a wild card. And then he tells Bannon, I really want to keep you, but Kellyanne hates you.
I have more than dozens. I probably have 100 hours of Epstein talking about the inner workings of the Trump White House and about his long-standing, deep relationship with Donald Trump.
He's sitting there casually naming names, describing how Trump plays his own people against each other. It's not just gossip. It's someone who had access, deep access. And this is just one of hundreds of hours of Epstein talking about the Trump White House. Look, Epstein didn't just know Trump. He called him his closest friend. He introduced him to young girls. That's not me saying it, that's from court records. He even bragged that Trump first slept with Melania on the Lolita Express. That's how deep this was. And here's the kicker. Epstein told people he had tapes. Tapes of Trump, tapes of Clinton. His brother Mark said Epstein once claimed that if the public knew what he knew, the 2016 election would have been canceled. That's how bad it was. This isn't about right or left. It's about elites. It's about people in power protecting each other no matter the cost. If you were on the plane, you want the files buried. If you weren't, you want them out. That's simple. Even people like CoffeeZilla, who never cover politics, are weighing in because it's that blatant. And that tells you something. When creators who stick to crypto or tech start calling out the Trump administration, it's not just noise. It's real. Trump's team tried to spin this by pointing fingers at Clinton and Prince Andrew, who, let's be real, deserve scrutiny too. But Trump was there. At the parties, on the plane, at the dinner tables. There are witnesses. There are photos. There are recordings. And now Ghislaine Maxwell, convicted and serving 20 years, says she's ready to talk. She's the only person behind bars for a trafficking ring that involved over 1,000 victims. But somehow, only one person got convicted. That math doesn't add up. A source close to her says she was never offered a plea deal, never asked to testify. Why? Because her testimony could burn powerful people, not just Trump. Maybe others in government, media, business, people who don't want their names on that client list. Victims have consistently said they were passed around, raped. Not abused, raped. By billionaires, executives, politicians. And yet the client list remains sealed. So yeah, we're going to keep talking about this. We're going to keep pushing because this doesn't go away by ignoring it. If you appreciate this kind of content, calm, direct, fact-based, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it helps this message get out. More coming soon. Stay safe. Stay informed. Peace.